Dear students, we know that liquid can be changed into gas. So, gas can be present in the form of low pressure and high temperature. Low pressure and high temperature, the particles will be in gaseous state. Low pressure and high temperature, the particles will be in gaseous state. So, by learning the properties of gas, we can understand the different changes in one property. So, to study the properties of gas, we need certain parameter, that is mass, volume of gas, temperature of gas, pressure of gas, and density of gas. So these all the parameters needed to learn the properties of gas, and this related to the problem based part also. You can utilize this for work out the problem. So gaseous can be present in the gaseous form at low pressure and high temperature. Low pressure and high temperature, that is important. So these properties can be utilized for studying the properties of gases, the particular parameters. First one is mass. We know that mass is measured in gram and m. So it can be calculated from number of mole. Number of mole is equal to mass of gas by molecular mass of gas. So molecular mass is capital M. So M is equal to N into M. Mass is equal to number of moles into molar mass. Next one, volume of gas. We know that volume of gas is equal to volume of the container. So if in a container non-reacting gases are there, like example hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, it will have equal volume. Hydrogen also will be 100 centimeter cube, oxygen also will be 100 centimeter cube, nitrogen also will be 100 centimeter cube. So the particular, you know that liter. So this all the units you can utilize for calculating. 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter is equal to 1000 decimeter, and 1 that is equal to 10 to the power 9 millimeter cube. 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube, that is equal to 1000 ml, that is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So practice this all the conversion unit for calculating volume of gas. Next one, temperature. We know that Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit. Kelvin can be calculated from degree Celsius plus 273. Fahrenheit minus 32 by 9 is equal to C by 5. So you can calculate either degree Fahrenheit or degree Celsius by applying this formula. The next one is pressure. Actually, what is pressure? Force exerted in particular area. So here, being a gaseous molecule, collision of molecule on the wall of the container. So F by A is equal to pressure, Newton per meter square, that is equal to 1 Pascal in 1 atmosphere. In 1 atmosphere, 1 atm is equal to 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. This value you have to learn, and it is equal to 101.325 kilopascal, and that is equal to 760 millimeter of mercury, 760 torr, 760 centimeter of mercury, 1.01325 bar. This is all the value you have to learn for calculating pressure. The next one is density. We know that density is equal to mass per volume. There are two type of density, that is vapor density, absolute density. Vapor density is molar mass by 2. Absolute density is Pm by RT. P is the pressure, M is the molar mass, T is absolute temperature, R is the gas constant, that is equal to 0.0821 atm liter per mole Kelvin. So R is the universal gas constant. This value is a constant. So by using all those, we are going to learn gas laws. Gas laws have the relation between pressure, volume and temperature. Any one of will be constant. So for a gas, mass is fixed. Given amount of gas, mass is fixed, number of moles is constant. So by using this, first we are going to learn Boyle's law. So Robert Boyle made a systematic study of variation in the volume of Robert Boyle made a systematic study of variation in the volume of sample of gas with pressure. He trapped a quantity of air in the closed end of a J tube. Since the bore of the tube was uniform, the volume of the air was proportional to the length of the air column in the tube. So the pressure on the trapped air was equal to the atmospheric pressure plus the pressure is due to the excess mercury column in the limb with open end. So we have learned the manometer. Such type of a J tube will be there. So by changing the length of the mercury which is present in the J tube, this pressure volume relation was done. So according to that, he observed the volume of air decreases as pressure increases and increases volume pressure decreases. The proportion by which the volume decreases or increases is the same as that by which the pressure increases or decreases. For example, if the pressure is doubled, the volume is half, and if the pressure is half, the volume gets doubled. On the basis of his experimental data, Boyle came to the following conclusion known by Boyle's law. So at constant temperature, the volume of fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. This is what Boyle's law. At a constant temperature, the pressure of a fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. So when we see that P inversely proportional to 1 by V, P is equal to remove the proportional to constant, K we are introducing. So that is P is equal to K by V. So PV is equal to K. So PV is equal to constant. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, that is constant. So P2 can be calculated by using this formula of P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So P2 is equal to P1 V1 by V2, or V2 is equal to P1 V1 by P2. And another calculation, P1 by P2 is equal to V2 by V1. This all the one can be placed for solving the problem. So when we draw the graph for pressure and volume, we know that there are the variations occur. If you see this graph, in your textbook also it is there, graph between pressure and 1 by V. If you plot a graph between pressure and 1 by V, the graph is plotted taking the inverse of volume along the x-axis and the pressure along y-axis. The straight line passing through the origin is obtained. The slope of the line depends upon K, which in turn depend upon the temperature. So P has been plotted along the y-axis, while 1 by V into 10 to the power 3 has been plotted along the y-axis for the sake of convenience. So the three straight line correspond to the temperature of T1, T2, T3. The higher the temperature, greater the slope of the straight line. So when you draw the graph between P and 1 by V, so P is equal to K into 1 by V. So P is y-axis, 1 by V is x-axis, K is the slope. So the temperature T2 greater than T1. So K increases, temperature increases. So high slope means temperature will be more. The higher the slope, higher the K value and higher the temperature. So from this we are introducing this PV is equal to nRT ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. So P is equal to nRT into 1 by V. And already we know that P is equal to K into 1 by V. So K is equal to nRT. So nRT is a constant. And if you draw the graph between P and V, we know that pressure increases, volume decreases, pressure increases, volume decreases, pressure decreases, volume increases. So at a constant temperature. So we say that the constant temperature is known as isotherm temperature. So pressure increases, volume decreases at constant temperature. That is known as isotherm. Next you draw the graph for PV and V. And PV and E, it will give you a straight line because we know that for a fixed mass of gas at constant pressure, PV is a constant. So irrespective of the values of P and V, plotting PV against P at a constant temperature, therefore give a straight line parallel to the x-axis. So this all the graph you can place for answering the one word answers, and formula you can use for calculation of pressure and volume relation. This is Boyle's law.